You are listening to Rags to Resale, the podcast for career resellers or anyone who wants to amp up their online resale business the right way. Here are your Posh Pro experts.
Hi, Gemma.
I know. I feel like I
missed
haven't been here in a while.
You haven't been on several of the podcasts, and I've missed you. Oh, we had some good ones, though.
Yes, we did. We really did. Rachel and Britt, both. Rachel from Helpsy and Britt from at Cute Case
Resale.
Yeah,
and she has me convinced that we're gonna Posh Pro, you and me, baby. We're gonna open a Facebook page for the boutique, and we're gonna start her little.
Yeah, she had some really good ideas. I am just always impressed by the different facets of this industry. I really am.
She hustles, man. She's like, okay, that didn't work. What can I do? What can I do? So we need to like follow her. We need to follow her example. And sorry, I gotta hold on 1 second. I gotta turn this off. But we should follow her example and like hustle, man. We gotta hustle.
Yeah. So today we are going to talk about a couple of things. One, seasonal shopping. If you don't know what that is, we're about to explain what seasonal shopping is. And, perhaps you kind of obviously have an idea. There's seasons, but we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of it. And we're going to talk about something that came up recently about the Poshmark algorithm.
Yes.
But we'll get to that towards the end of the podcast. First, we're going to talk about seasonal shopping. And Megan is obviously an expert shopper for sure and seller. But tell us what started you to go in the direction of seasonal shopping or seasonal selling. Should we call it seasonal selling?
Yeah, it's probably more like a seasonal listing, really, because I kind of shop all year for everything. Now, obviously, I will pass over, like right now in this beautiful springtime, I find I'll kind of meh and leave, very heavy coats and stuff. And I think part of that is just my psyche. Like I am sick of winter. I don't want to think about winter. I don't want to think about heavy coats and stuff. So unless it's $1 or less, if I'm at the bins, sure. But I have an affinity for shopping for summer in the spring and fall in the summer and like that. And really you could actually track that back a little bit because people shop in advance of seasons. So, as school, everybody back to school shopping, that all starts, August and end of June, you get annoyed when you walk into Target, it's still beautiful, sunny out and you see all the back to school crap. That is true everywhere. So,
I'm noticing things come out a month before the actual holiday or season, we'll call it.
Yeah. So, and Christmas, Christmas, people lose their minds because the Christmas and holiday stuff comes out now way before Thanksgiving. So, you have to kind of keep up with those trends
but question I have for you. I mean, it always seems like they have bigger sales after the season instead of pre-season. So are you shopping? Well, you're going to get into your calendar, but do you notice that it's more after the season?
Yeah, I shop like a goon right after the holidays. Like all of the Christmas stuff is going to be at its peak of discounts right after Christmas. So, I mean, I know Black Friday is great and all of that stuff, but really the Christmas stuff is going to clearance down to pennies on the dollar right after Christmas.
And this is at thrift stores as well, because that's really where we're shopping, right? I mean, I know that at big stores these things are going on, but at thrift stores, they have even bigger discounts
they just get rid of it. They
holiday stuff. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you go in the day after Christmas, or whatever day they open, and all the Christmas stuff is clearance, especially the smaller shops, like places that just don't have the space to hold it. They dollar clearance everything. So that's when you pick up, your holiday wear, your evening high-end boutique New Year's Eve stuff. All that stuff comes right after the season. So Jan 1, you could get tons and tons of holiday deals. Now, and this isn't true for all, I put it all away and I don't list it until the fall. And we'll talk more about that when we get into the schedule. But a lot of people, that is my way of doing things. A lot of people list all year and say they do well with it. I tend to leave up my stuff. Like, I don't pull down all the winter stuff. I leave it up on my Poshmark page, but I do put it away. I put it away and I have it out of my shop. It's not hanging in the store. I put it away. I have it organized, which I just did yesterday. It took me all day. I have it in bags, and you have to organize it if you're going to still offer it on Poshmark. So I have my sweater bag, my menswear bag, my skirt bag, my pants bag. It's all very specifically in clear plastic bags, organized and shelving, so that if someone does purchase something, I can find it.
Off season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's super important, or you go completely insane.
Mm-hmm.
But I do tend to shop all year. If you see something at a good price, get it. I don't hold it up, but I do list. I totally believe, and it comes from Poshmark. When you refresh something, when you renew a listing, when you relist something, it gets a fresh new look on the algorithm. So it stands to reason that if you list fall stuff right as people are starting to buy in the end of summer, midsummer to the end of summer, it gets a fresh look. So at minimum, if you're going to leave it up all year, I would relist it right before the season, because you want it to be new and fresh and exciting for everybody. You don't want, and you want it to be at the ultimate price. People expect to pay much less for a winter coat in the middle of summer than they do right in the fall. So if I leave winter coats up, I tend to get really lowball offers off season. So why torture myself? That's just more offers I have to go back and forth with, more negotiations, more relisting, all of that stuff. I just, if it's new, something I've just purchased, I just put it away. And then I do a fresh, big reload of winter or reload of summer right before the season, a few months before the season.
Yeah. So let's get into your schedule.
Sure.
We're going to do a blog on this and provide the actual schedule. And we'll link that as well when we put the podcast up.
We'll have the graphic folks do a cute little downloadable so that they have something that they can carry with them or put up in your office or whatever. But January, February, I shop end of season holiday, and I start listing St. Patrick's Day, Easter, spring. Okay. So if it's not already up, there's things that I've left up and haven't sold, and I will relist. So, but those things go up fresh. And it's nice too, because you don't have to go shopping. It's nice to pull that bin out and go, "Ooh, I have 5 Lily Pulitzers, or I have, an Easter dress, or I have, so it's helpful to have those bins put away." So as we get into March and April, summer shopping begins. Like, I am full on swimwear, shopping for swimwear and getting prepared for the big influx of the vacation season. You can focus on dresses, you're listing spring jackets, rain gear, prom and wedding. Because June is a big season for all the fancy prom dresses. I just put all that away just now because we just got through prom. I left a couple of the wedding dresses up, but we're almost too late now, right? They've bought their wedding dresses if they're married in the high season of June. Now there are weddings in the fall, so I don't rip those down as quickly, but all the prom's gone. It's gone.
Right.
So now May, June, you're into beach wear. So I'm constantly throughout the summer, I'm listing swimwear, but it should almost all be up, and you're starting to shop fall.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I've already started grabbing plaids and things like that because when you see them, especially for $1, they're in high demand. Leather shoes, boots, sneakers, anything kids need, backpacks. You can get backpacks in January, February, March for $0. And then all of a sudden the thrift shops come August, they're trying to charge $20 for, a JanSport backpack. But once you get into July, August, back to school and into the holiday of Halloween.
Halloween,
Yes,
right?
getting into a treasure trove of money making time. Everybody is ready to spend from August through Black Friday. That's a time of the year where you just need to be listing like crazy and you're collecting money like crazy. It's my favorite time of year.
July, August.
I mean, I shop last minute for those things. I've never been one to get everything done a month in advance, but people do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they will tend to come to Poshmark and eBay and places like that first because they say, okay, this is the list that I have that I need to get. They're going to want to get in there and try to get those things inexpensively before everyone else gets them. But then once the big sales are coming, once Black Friday is coming and Cyber Monday and all that stuff for the Christmas, it seems like, oh, we're going to have tons of people shopping on Poshmark on Black Friday. It's not really true because the new stuff is on super sale, so at the stores. So they tend to go to the stores then. So our time is before Black Friday. It's well before Halloween. It's well before back to school.
Gotcha.
The early birds are our friend. Fall, Thanksgiving, you start to do plaids, all that stuff. Go all the way through Thanksgiving. Sweater weather. Gemma, it's sweater weather at that point.
Where'd you get that? What is
that? Live. I'll pop it up so you can see it for a second. Sweater weather.
So
say it. It's fun. You can do it.
I can't.
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather?
Sweater weather.
Sweater weather?
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what you're saying, but okay. So then when do you start doing Christmas?
I start listing Christmas September.
You start listing Christmas in September. Okay. All right. So, right now we're coming up on the 4th of July.
Yeah, you should have it all listed by now.
That should be all listed by now. Okay.
Yeah, because people
June 1
already.
We're like June 2nd, and we should be listing 4th of July already.
Yeah, I mean, you should be deep into summer, beach, all of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to need this calendar, this golden calendar that you're going to put together for us.
July stuff can also be worn on Memorial Day, which just passed.
Right. I really was noticing that how much Memorial Day is just like the 4th of July. Flags were out. Everything was out.
All the freaking fireworks were going. It was so annoying in my neighborhood. The dogs were going ape. Yes. They were shaking.
Okay. So it sounds like you generally just shop for anything you see throughout the year, except for maybe there's certain times of the year where there's bigger sales going on for particular seasonal items, but you just shop generally for anything. And then if you find it, then you'll list it according to the calendar for that season. Or do you have a budget for seasonal items specifically? And, you focus on that shopping.
Yeah. So I don't have a budget for that. I mean, I have a particular budget when I go into a store every time. So I give myself a budget, and a lot of that's based on how sales are going, but I give myself a budget for, the bins. I try to stay around $25 because it's so inexpensive. When I go into a Goodwill or anything like that, I try to stay under 100 unless it's some crazy sale. But I will say that according to that calendar, you can prioritize based on what you have in your closet. I will go into a store with a pre-list before I go shopping of things that I'm sort of low on, or I have a never-ending wish list. I have right now Birkenstocks are on that list. I'm low on some swimsuits. I need bigger sizes of summer. Right now I'm like,
yes, you need larger sizes.
no, I do. I need.
I'm very familiar with your closet since our entire office is your closet. And I find a couple items in there for myself, but
cute swimsuit.
a cute swimsuit. Yeah.
But the thing is that bigger sizes sell better. So they fly out of my closet faster.
Oh, okay.
Smaller things as well. So a lot of the smaller things hang around, and I will tend to buy smaller things. It's brand envy. Like I will see something and I know the brand is so great that I buy it, and then I end up with a bunch of smalls, or I wear a size small. So the size smalls are coming out of my closet, or I'm wearing them and bringing them back through. And I've got 2 daughters that are a size small. So now I've got 3 women in my family pushing stuff into my Poshmark closet. So naturally, I do have more size smalls, but I have been on a quest lately for larger sizes. And Gemma, what was your birthday present?
I was thinking about that in the shower today. Problem is that I've gained weight, right? So I've gained weight. So now when I go shopping, I'm having a really difficult time because I apparently am not grabbing the right size for myself. And so then when I get into the dressing room, I put something on, I'm like, oh my God. And I'm just so discouraged because it's just not fitting properly. And I think too, because my body has changed so much that different styles are needed to appeal for my body. So I'm thinking that, you're going to be my personal shopper. And I'm going to explain to you that we need to, accentuate the good and not accentuate the bad, and I need flattering clothing for summer that fit me properly. So I can tell you what styles I'm more into, and you could do that shopping for me, and we could do a little video and see how well Megan dresses Gemma.
Love it. Yep. I want a list. We're going to have I'll keep a tally of the budget, not because you have to pay for it, because this is your birthday present, but because we want to show what I got and how much it cost.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do a movie montage.
I like it. So when do you need this list?
Life to do movie montages.
When do you need this list? I'll get that to you ASAP.
Whenever you want, I'll just,
okay.
I'll go do it. I'm excited to shop for you.
Awesome. I am too, because I'm not doing well for myself. That's for sure. Okay. So let's go to our final, topic of the day. Megan, who were you talking to at Poshmark? Were you at an event?
No, I was at the event. Remember, we went live for the event. That's where I picked my shining stars. It was at that beautiful view. It was at the View.
Right.
It's a beautiful rooftop location down in the South Loop of Chicago. Absolutely gorgeous. Poshmark invited a select group of poshers. It was a pretty small event, like 30 people. And they wined and dined us. It was French fries and snacks, but the French fries were really good. I think it was whatever Views like.
They were really good French fries.
They were really good French
fries. I mean, I have a hard time finding a fry I don't like. But this woman, you asked her a question about the Poshmark Algorithm.
Yes, 4 women from Poshmark were there. They didn't engage too much. Oh, there was a DJ. I mean, it was very nice, but I don't want to poo-poo the event. But I went up and talked to some of the Poshmark folks. I told them I was going to go live. I didn't want to scare them with my live event thing I was doing for Shining Stars. I overheard one of them tell another person who was asking about the algorithm. She said, there is no algorithm.
Yeah,
now, before we judge that person, she was young. Maybe I don't know. There's several possibilities. Maybe that's the line. I can't believe they would, Poshmark would think we were that stupid. So I can't imagine that's the line.
It's just unusual because, I mean, Poshmark, we know, works with Google. They utilize Google to drive traffic to your listings. So Google alone is a massive algorithm.
Right.
And then just being a social media site alone, okay, we're not a social media, we'll call it a social app. Poshmark is a social app where you're a community and you need to share each other's closets and and whatnot. So that's an algorithm. There's just no way of going around the idea that it's based on an algorithm.
No, it's not true. So it was a false statement. So whatever drove that girl to say that was either she didn't want to talk about it, she didn't have an answer to the question. It was just pure laziness, or there's a possibility that's the line. Hold on one second, Jack. I can hear that, Jack. I'm on a podcast. Can you turn that off?
So I want that clip right there as like a blooper for something. I just want it. No, yeah. I'm guessing that she said that because of what's been going on with the algorithm lately, that there's been a lot of questions and it would just shutting the question down. So it doesn't get addressed.
That is my take as well. I hope that that's not the line from Poshmark, because it's super condescending. I would hope that they have more faith in their sellers' brain power than that they would just go, nah, no algorithm. So, but it is an issue. These are people that are, representing Poshmark, not able to speak to it or unwilling to speak to it. So, if you look and search and see anything about the algorithm, when things go south on the algorithm, like they did in April and March, frankly, there's not much information that comes from Poshmark specifically to help or fix that situation.
Mm-hmm.
They do contend that there's not a problem. So, I don't know why they keep that close to the vest. I guess if we all figure out exactly what's going on with the algorithm, then,
Yeah, it's the same thing with Google. I mean, Google doesn't reveal their algorithms per se. Everybody has to kind of guess and follow the trends and figure it out on their own. But I sort of get it. It's just funny to say that there is no algorithm when we're in an internet age where everything is an algorithm. Like somebody's being followed, to target you with ads. There's algorithms no matter which way you look at it. So
So it was a little disturbing to hear that, considering that I'm constantly watching the trends, and you can see the trends happen, and you can see the drop off, and you can see the bump. And it's been frustrating because I believe, and I've talked about this on YouTube in the past, but I believe that they're trying to have their cake and eat it too. They went public last year. They need to bring in newcomers. Newcomers equal data. They can mine their data. That shows value to their stockholders. And I get it. They should do that. But they have to keep us happy too, because we bring in money. I think and I've seen an ebb and a flow on the algorithm. I've seen a total drop off earlier in the week, and then it seems to be trending on the weekends towards the sellers, away from them completely at the beginning of the week, and then towards them. Although I will say, and maybe it's just because it was a holiday weekend and there were so many sales, and it was a beautiful weekend, there was a drop off this weekend. I didn't see a ton of sales. I had a few smattering on Friday, and then it wasn't that exciting. Now, I did also have the Shining Stars this weekend, so I was super busy sharing and auditing that event. So I was doing my due diligence as much as I would normally do to tell a community like Poshmark that has been told what they should do in order to drive sales to their closet, that there's no such thing as an algorithm. Bad form.
Very, but like you said, they were young.
She was so young.
Yeah. She was probably like, what is that word?
Their employees are beautiful.
course they are.
You're beautiful. Wow. Hired models or Poshmark employees?
Probably no. They're probably hired models.
Beautiful.
I mean, that is a thing. So, well, I think that's all we have for today's podcast.
I will tell you that if you're jumping around on YouTube after the podcast, if you're watching this on YouTube, I've got a ThredUp haul that I'm going to present today, and I'm excited about it. I'm going to go through my sales for the week and show you some sales that I'm excited about.
That would be really great.
What else?
And when you go over those sales, kind of explain like, I paid $5 for this. I found this at the Goodwill and I made 80 or whatever. I feel like that's really, powerful for, new resale sellers to understand,
Yeah. Okay, I will, I promise. And one more thing. I'm going to go to the bins tomorrow. I'm so excited.
Wow. I'm going to have to experience the bins at some point for sure.
You're coming. You got to come with me at some point. It's a little overwhelming the first time I did.
Well, Britt did say to go during the week. And, with my baby girl gone for the next however many days, I will have some time that I could venture out with you.
That's the other thing. That's the other exciting news. My daughter got a job. Maddie got a job, a big job, nice job in North Carolina, Raleigh-Durham. So I'm going to be searching Raleigh-Durham for all the best shops. So if you guys live in Raleigh or Durham, send me where to go. I want to know like where to go and what days of the week those sales are, because I'm going to have nothing to do from 9 to 5.
We should talk about that in another podcast because my good friend Gina, who I was explaining to her our business and whatnot, I was like, Gina, you love thrift shopping. I mean, she's been thrift shopping since we were in our 20s. She loves it. It's where she always went, brought me there. And I was like, this is you. You should be doing this. And she lives in Kentucky.
Ooh.
I'm trying to remember what town. Brea, Kentucky, maybe.
Does she have some faves?
And she is convinced that she will not be able to find good clothes at her thrift stores.
Well,
like for selling purposes. Like she finds stuff for herself, but she thinks for sales purposes. So I think we should cover that in our next podcast. Let's talk about the quality of thrift stores in different pockets of the world.
Maybe we should do a poll beforehand. I'll put a poll and have people send me their best, and we can figure out where best one is. Right here along the Wisconsin border, there's a 20-mile garage sale. So there's some other fun.
Oh, that's right. You were talking about that.
Yeah, there's other fun ways to get stuff if you're not in a great thrifting area. So
perfect. We will cover that on our next podcast.
Awesome.
All right, Megan.
All right. I'm glad you're back.
Yeah, me too. This was fun.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye.
Tips, live events, contests, celebrity appearances. Don't miss a moment at poshproproject.com.